Hey, so this cover image of Markarian's chain is just to remind us that galaxy season is coming upon us. So Leo and Virgo are up in the sky uh, about an hour or two after sunset, and lots of galaxies to observe in those.
20 hours worth of exposure, you know.
This was not that long, probably 2 or 3 hours with my red cat. First slide. Okay, so days are getting longer. So we noticed that last night. Peter and I were out at York Readout with the young naturalists of Club of Halifax, and it was after 9 before could see the North Star to do a polar alignment. So, and by the end of the month, we're only going to have just under 8 hours of darkness. Now I also, there we are. Daylight savings time, 2 a.m., March 9th. So bring your clocks ahead, unless it's banished. And equinox, vernal equinox is takes place on March 20th at 6:01 a.m. So official spring. Okay, this is our sun today. There are a few small sunspot groups, nothing really dramatic. The group AR 4006 is currently the most active. It has the potential for M-class solar flares. So if any M-class flares erupt and are accompanied by coronal mass ejections, it's in a good alignment to give us some geomagnetic storms here on Earth. Now, it's not just sunspots, though. The last couple of days ago, there was a filament that, quite a large filament that snapped, and it was accompanied by a coronal mass ejection. So, uh, if you go to spaceweather.com, you can keep abreast of what's happening with the sun. Next, please. The moon this month. The moon's pretty busy this month. What are the highlights here? First quarter of the maple sugar moon is on March 6th. On March 8th, the moon will be near Mars. On the 5th and the 10th, it'll be near Messier 45 and Messier 44, but not super close. So not to give you a stunning view of binoculars, but it'll still appear quite close in the night sky. Full moon on March 14th, and a total lunar eclipse on March 14th. So hopefully we'll have a clear sky to observe that. It'll be visible in its entirety from Halifax. On the 20th, the moon's near Antares, and one of the globular clusters in nearby as well. Last quarter moon on the 22nd, and then at the end of the month, we have a partial solar eclipse. The new moon also on the 29th, and this is the birds laying eggs moon. And the moon is also at perigee, closest to the Earth on that date. Next, please. So these are the kind of two binocular highlights for March. So on the 8th, you can see in your Celestron Skymaster 15 by 70 binoculars, you can see how the moon and Mars are framed quite nicely in the field of view. And then on the 20th, and the reason I've got this labeled as a challenge is that you need to be up at 5 a.m. Yeah, right. Get up early or stay up all night. And you need a good good horizon to the southwest. But there's the moon, Messier 4, and Antares, and a couple other deep sky objects, all in the field of view of 7x50 binoculars. Next, please. So now we come to the two eclipses for the month. So the total lunar eclipse will take place when the Earth comes between the sun and the moon. And you can see that we in Nova Scotia are well situated for it.
Is the moon, how close it is to the center line? Because I know the last total eclipse we had.
Yeah, we only had a penumbral. Yeah, no, it's going to be complete. Yeah. So this is what you can expect to see from start to midway. I've got sometimes I took this off. There's a really good website for time and dates of eclipses, timeanddate.com. And they publish these. They have an really cool. You input where you're from, and it'll give you all the details of your city. So in Halifax, now you have to stay up late for this. Okay, so stay up just before 1 a.m. And that's when it will begin, and it will end at 7 a.m. So the maximum eclipse time will be just before 4 o'clock. But if we have clear skies, a nice observing and photo opportunity. Next, please. Now, the deep partial solar eclipse. This has been getting a fair amount of press. Unlike the eclipse last April, we're not going to see total eclipse. And the eclipse will be in progress as the sun rises. So you need a good eastern horizon. I think Tim Doucette is putting something on for folks as part of it.
But
Oh.
National has an event being held in St. Andrews, New Brunswick for this.
Okay, so Judy just said that National will be having an event in St. Andrews, New Brunswick. Yeah, I think it's Stefan Picard's Cliff Valley astronomy. It's a paid event. So from Halifax, if you go out to Point Pleasant Park or York Redoubt for sunrise, you'll see at its maximum, just over 82% of the sun's surface will be covered, and the maximum eclipse will be at 7:17 local time. Okay, I know you. Pardon? 7:17. Yeah, York Redoubt is a really good spot to good eastern horizon, especially if you get up on the hill. I've took pictures of the last partial solar eclipse from that site in 2021. Oh, another good one. Yeah. Yep.
Just west of the sun,
Mhm.
just north.
Yeah. Yeah. Good one.
Almost.
Yeah.
To the public about how to view this at all?
We haven't put anything up yet. I think, yeah, National, I mean, everyone's got I certainly have mentioned it at some schools I've spoken at, that if the kids still have their solar safety glasses to use them. Next, please.
Dave Chapman to get on the radio and talk about it,
There you go.
To be honest, I have very mixed feelings about it. Yep. Because of the liability.
Yeah.
I told people who I gave solar eclipse glasses to, I said, keep them for next March so you can watch the. But unless you're prepared to go through a whole another, and it's probably too late to start, but unless you're gonna start supplying solar.
Yeah.
I'm not going there. Personally.
Yeah.
Well, free.
Okay, best views of the moon will be around time of first quarter, so March 12th to the 16th. If you're trying to tick off the boxes for the lunar observations for Explore the Universe, those are good dates for it. Next, please. The planets. So we've lost Saturn and Neptune this month. They're both too close to the sun to be visible. Mercury is really well placed for observing up until the middle of March, and its maximum eastern elongation will be 18 degrees on the 8th of March. So pretty easy to pick it out in the west after sunset. And Venus is brilliant in the sky. You can't miss it after sunset. After mid-month, it's going to disappear and then re-emerge in morning twilight, so it becomes the morning star at the end of March. Mars is still in Gemini, very close, very visible after sunset. We were looking at it last night. The red hue was easy to see. As mentioned, close to the waxing gibbous moon on the 8th of March. Jupiter is still prominent in Taurus after sunset and is near the, oh, that's a typo. Shouldn't be there. Oh, that's from last month's regarding the gibbous moon. And Uranus is still visible at the boundary between Aries and Taurus after sunset. Next, please. Zodiacal light. Again, this is a good time to see this celestial event. If you haven't seen it yet, you need really good dark observing sight. Anytime between March 21st to April 4th, just after sunset is a good time to go looking. I took this off Stellarium. It's not coming out very well on the screen, but at 9 p.m., you'll see this pyramid-shaped pillar of light in the west. Next, please. Explore the universe. So we're into the spring constellations. Ursa Minor, Ursa Major, Bootes, Leo, Virgo, and Libra. So again, tick these off if you're doing Explore the Universe. Next, please. Spring stars in these constellations are Arcturus, third brightest star, Spica, Regulus, Dubhe, Polaris, and then Denebola, Zubin el-Janubi, and Zubin es-Shamali in Libra. Okay. Interesting, Regulus is you'll see it as a double star. Next, please. Spring deep sky object. The one for this month is the Beehive cluster, Messier 44. And to see it, look halfway between Castor and Pollux and Regulus. So binoculars will give you a nice view of the Beehive cluster. It's quite colorful. And I always thought it referred to a swarm of bees, but apparently it's the shape of a beehive. I've never seen the beehive shape of beehive, but yeah. Well, not your beehives anyway, Peter. Next, please. Double stars for this month is Nu Draconis. It's a double star in the head of the dragon. And You'll need a telescope to split this double, but you'll see two blue-white stars quite close together in the head of the dragon. Next, please. And lastly, March is the month for Messier marathons. If anyone's wanting to stay up all night and observe or image all of the Messier objects, the nights of March 28th to the 30th are best this year for this this feat. If you go to the to seds.org, you'll find a list of the Messier objects in the recommended sequence, so you can get them all. Most of these search sequences start with M77 and end with the jellyfish cluster M30. And you can see it's going to be pretty low on the horizon to the southeast, just as dawn is breaking. So that's probably one of the toughest ones to get. And next, I think that's it. So, any questions? If not, keep your fingers crossed for clear skies for both eclipses and a few other good nights. Thanks, everyone, and